Hi, I'm Marie Hannenberg, Project Director of The Pill Kills, a project of American Life League. Today, on Protest the Pill Day 2010, The Pill Kills the Environment, pro-lifers across the United States are gathering outside of Planned Parenthood clinics, pharmacies, and other locations that distribute the birth control pill. Why? To educate women that the pill kills. Today here in Washington, D.C., we're gathered outside the Planned Parenthood that commits chemical, medical, and surgical abortions. Planned Parenthood is one of the largest distributors of the birth control pill, and we're going to be having experts to speak and educating us on how dangerous this pill really is.
For exactly 50 years this month, women have been taking hormonal contraceptives on the advice of their healthcare providers, and their bodies have been dumping these secondhand steroids through their urine into the wastewater supply. We have enough evidence now to raise the alarm that these chemicals are in our environment and are having devastating effects on it and us.
Did you know about the side effects of the pill, or is this something new to you?
I did know about it, but only recently did I really discover the abortifacient nature of the pill, and that it can cause an abortion, and just its effects on women's hormones and on the environment as well. It's something that recently has been coming out. So it's something that's just really dangerous, and it's appalling, really, that it's so widely accepted, the pill, and so widely prescribed, and yet it is so dangerous.
Undeniable facts that the birth control pill, epidemiology, solid as can be, causes an increase in breast cancer. Not just breast cancer, cervical cancer, and liver cancer. I had a friend that went to visit her mom in a stroke unit out west. She came back and she said, "Jen, you cannot believe the teenage, college, and early 20 women laying in these stroke units. No one hears or reports about these women. They are there as a result of the birth control pill."
They were really pushing me to use the pill when I was a teenager just for the sake of regulating my cycle, and I had a lot of problems with it. I only used it for a brief period of time, and when I wanted to go off, the doctors really pushed it and they gave me a hard time about it. So I was glad to hear that, like, some backup from a professional nurse, that was not it's not right to use that.
I just got off the metro and I just thought it's really ironic how we see all these people running out there racing for the cure every year to stop the breast cancer, and it's just so weird because this is the cure to stop Planned Parenthood killing these babies, and there's a definite link between breast cancer and abortion, and I've known about it for years, plus the contraceptive pill, all hormones, everything like that to do with that, and I think that it's just so weird to see all these people running for the cure.
But what about our feminist friends across the street here? I'm not naive enough to think they're going to join us in protesting the birth control pill, but for all of the common ground and solidarity and compromising we've heard about in the last year since the Obama administration, you'd think maybe they would be pro-informing women, pro-women's health, pro-protecting the environment for future women. I've been keeping a pretty close eye in the last couple of weeks on how the feminist movement is looking at the anti-birth control movement, looking at what we're doing here today, and none of them have denied that the pill is dangerous to our health, not a one.